teacher to sneeze yet?
No.
Well, that was one of the things I was going to talk about, is a lot of times you're training a dog to do tricks, it's good to look at the dog and what it is they do. Probably some of you have already trained your dogs to do tricks, so it depends on where you're at with your dog as to teaching them tricks. A lot of times it's just using the right body language. A lot of times people don't know that when a dog beats another dog, it goes up with its voice. A lot of people use clicker training, like they'll do a click if they do something right, but I could never coordinate the clicker with the treat, so I always follow what the dogs do. Good girl, you know, up with your voice when they're doing something good. I do use the word no, but I usually do like no, which is what dogs will do, is they'll turn their head away when they don't want another dog to approach them. So, and it's really good to do training because it gets a communication between you and your dog. So I don't know if there's certain tricks that people would like to learn to do, or I don't know what people already know how to do. One of them that we were working on with obedience was the back up. And usually if you just go forward with, the dog will back up. And so what you do is you just tell them back, and you do it with your hand, they'll back up and then say good dog and give them a treat. But it's a lot of times it's looking at what your dog does and learning what you can teach them to do. I'm not sure. What I used to do is I look at books, or if you go online and you look at tricks. There's a lot of people that teach, show you step by step. I brought some papers that teach you the tips and tricks. But a lot of them you just follow. If you just use a treat to make them turn around, and you just say around when you do it, good girl, and they'll do treats. What?
One between your legs that you were doing.
Well, that one I taught her with a ball. We used to always play ball, and it was like, okay, so you just hold the ball back here, tell them to go through, and they'll just come through. So then after a while, all you have to do is put your hand down there. I tried to do this one, but you can't hold the ball and hold the hands at the same time, so she does that. So you have people to help you. She'll jump over.
She gets a treat every time she makes one move like that.
Yes and no. When we do it, to start with, when you're training, it's good to give them a treat. And then after a while, you can put things together. That's like what I did with the heel, which most people know heel. No, heel, here, you're trying to do it without even me doing it. Heel, say. So I taught her to come forward, and she followed my hand, and then to turn around. And see, it took her a while to go between my legs. She kept wanting to go around, and then teaching her back the same hand movements to go through. So you can put them together. You don't have to give them a treat every single time. You just need to work on your hand signals. And this one we learned because of when you do agility. They want to teach them to get up on the stand and stay there, or they stay there for a amount of time, so they teach them to turn around so they can learn to be up there.
And another thing, Denise, all of these little things that you're teaching her to follow your hand and stuff, I don't know if ILP dogs can do rally, if AKC lets them, but you're preparing her for rally.
Yeah, she tries to do some rally.
Yeah.
But you can do it even like if you have if you get like a lid, like a white lid. A lot of times when they're teaching agility, they have them put this white lid at the end of like a balance beam, or at the end of a ramp, because they want them to stop before they go off. So you basically take the plate, a white plate or whatever, and you put the treat on there. And then you tell them to go get it. And after a while, they'll learn to do it. And then so like if you're trying to do something with a camera, you can tell them to hit their mark, and they'll go over to the plate every single time and start there. I didn't bring her lid with me. I don't know what I was doing. Mila, over there. Go. Look. Look. Stop. So when you do, I do look. I teach them a lot of field trial signs where you do look and then right and left. And so when she does the circle, Mila, come. Mila, circle right. Good girl. Circle left. So you can do it from far away. And when they do it, like for movies and stuff, they have to do it backwards, which is another hard way to do it, because they have to go to the person and touch their leg and do everything away, because the camera's here, you can't be on the other side. So that's another level of training them advanced tricks
Denise,
to make them work
when she
away.
does that, is she responding both to your voice and to the?
I can do it just hand. I always teach both when I do it, like when I was doing down, I'd always do it with the hand and with the voice, and then so then I just tried doing one and then the other. It's good for it's good to build communication. It's a good way to exercise their mind, to do training, especially with dachshunds. You can hide like little pieces under cups, like little piece of food, and tell them to go find it, and it works their mind, and that helps them to relax too.
She's relaxed, all right.
But she is. She's really a very uptight dog. That's why I started doing all the tricks and stuff with her, because she needed the motivation, the stimulation.
Yeah,
And now she's ready to fall asleep. So if anybody has any tricks that they want to try, and one that's kind of fun to do is to teach them to roll over, and this is what I'm teaching her. And what you do is you hold the treat just above their head. She's not going to do it. Down. You hold the treat above their head. Come on, get it. Over.
You don't want to hurt their back.
Down.
No, baby rolls over all the time.
Twisting, you know.
This is a hard one for her because they're vulnerable when they're on their backs.
Oh, yeah.
Over. Good girl. So that's how you would do it, is just have them follow your hand when you're teaching them to do that. Another one that is the bang, bang.
Ooh, I'm
All
dead.
the way, all the way down. Good girl. She just, those are hard ones. If you have a dog that likes to roll over, like our other dog will roll over all the time, but for her, that's a position that she doesn't like to do, so it's a harder one to teach. One I usually teach, the first thing I teach my dog, which is really easy, is to give you your paw. And usually if you, come on, sit still. No, sit. Stay. You put your hand out, give me your paw, and if you bump them in the chest, they'll usually touch you like that, and you give them a treat for that. That's usually the first trick I usually teach them, and it's usually a really easy one to do. Give me the other one. Give me a high five. So it just, and then they use this a lot of times for redirecting in, when you're doing obedience, is to do the touch. You feel the touch. To get them to focus back on the person. So that's a good thing to teach them to touch your hand, and then you can teach them to touch other things. By putting a treat in there and tell them touch. See, she'll touch what you tell her to touch.
Do you want Lisa to do her sneeze?
I don't know how to teach her how to sneeze, other than I would do this, and then when they sneeze, tell them to sneeze. She can
Here.
teach.
It kind of happened by accident. She's a therapy dog, so we go to an Alzheimer's center, and I was trying to teach her, she knows speak, and I was trying to teach her to speak quietly. And it just turned into a sneeze, and so now it's a sneeze, it's a sneeze. Sneeze better. Sneeze. Good.
So another thing is, instead of teaching your dog to bark, you can start with getting them excited. Like with her, she doesn't, I don't like her to bark, I make her growl. So she'll do the instead, which if you can get them to do it even quieter, you get the sneeze, it looks like. Yeah, rolling over is a hard one for, especially for dachshunds, because it's kind of vulnerable for them to be on their back.
Sue, have her do a heel. Sue's dog does a funny heel. She bounces backwards.
Something that my trainer taught me, and I'm real impressed with both Mila and
Bounces
you have to teach your dog watch. You have to teach them to look at your eyes. And if you can see from my vantage point, Mila is all eyes on Denise. It's just okay, maybe not all the time. But when she knows her mama is about to ask her to do something, she's just all eyes on Denise. And that's really the first thing you need to teach your dog is watch. And you do that with the treat up between your eyes. Watch, watch, and the minute they make eye contact, give them that treat. You're reinforcing something that they might not even realize they're doing for you. But the minute they do it for you, you give them the treat.
And repetition is the best way to do it too. And that's what we did with the hot town. That's why she got her title after the first time she did it, is because I worked with her. And I'll tell her, look, even when we're out, we go past Island, and she'll be out, and I'll tell her, look, and she'll look at me, and that way